How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining ECH Postgame Live, presented by Queen Anne Beer Hall. And what a fun postgame live this is going to be. And not just because it's presented by Queen Anne Beer Hall, but just because the Kraken won 5-2, 5 unanswered goals for the Kraken in this one. I mean, if you can remember back that far, everybody, we were down 0-2 to start this game, and things were like, oh no, this could turn into a Kraken game. But then it turned into a new school Kraken game, and that being one in which they can come back, score 5 goals, look fantastic. Power play looked good. PK looked incredible in this one. I mean, just so many good things, RJ. It was a ball to watch.
Absolutely. All around fun game to watch. They go down early, face a little bit of adversity, but really they were the better team overall, I think, for pretty much the full 60 minutes. Canucks were opportunistic early, but the Kraken poured it on late, and man, defending the lead the way that they did, allowing one shot on goal over a 21-minute stretch while up by 2 goals. Absolutely huge, and just got to love this game.
Yeah, and they did it the right way. 48% face-off win percentage. They did
it just under the 50.
They did it all in this one, is what I'm saying. And then also, I want to give a quick shout out to all the awesome patrons who watched the game live with us, doing the live game commentary for this one. We had a fantastic time, whether it was everybody feeding my mom's ego or us talking about how I literally feed myself. It was a ton of fun. Everybody who knows. Sergeant Pickles kicking off the chat for this one with the studs and duds. Duds starting us off here. Starting to GoFundMe to repair their goal horn. I didn't have volume on because we were doing live game commentary. Is it really that bad?
Yeah, I couldn't hear it. No, I didn't know.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to highlights. Dunner not burying the breakaway out of the box made my heart hurt. I'm mad that I really like Pettersson's goal. That was a sweet sequence there for the Canucks, and that's why I was also worried at the beginning there, RJ. I was just like, oh no, the Kraken gonna do this.
Right, especially Pettersson. He's one of the Canucks that consistently finds ways to be dangerous against the Kraken. And that was a sweet play. I mean, that's nothing wrong with acknowledging that. But yeah, the Dunn breakaway out of the box too. It bounced perfectly to him. You obviously wanted to bury that, but it didn't matter.
Yep. Studs. Borgen serving up some big Willie bombs. I mean, that fight was incredible. The takedown, maybe using some of his judo in that. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I could watch that highlight forever. Daddy Ebbs put the Knicks on naughty step, and then turbo time shorty baby. Bonus Garland hitting the post made my night. Yeah, I mean, the Tanev one is the one I want to focus on because that ties the game for the Kraken. Shorthanded goal. And it was just one of those moments where it was just like, this is Brandon Tanev. He comes in, it's a late season, game tying goal after you're down 0-2, kick off the scoring in the second period. That is just Brandon Tanev to me.
Yeah, exactly. That goal is all of what Brandon Tanev is about. I like, again, watching the eyes too. I mean, it's a little bit of the photo eyes, but he's got his head up, staring down a spot, trying to pick his spot, and it's perfectly placed. And of course, giving it to the away crowd a little bit too after that goal. Gotta love that from Turbo.
Oh, definitely. It was all so good. Everything about it was just absolutely fantastic. Got a couple super chats here. First one from Schultz. We all know Bjorky celebrated Kraken trade. Yeah, it was obviously what am I saying? Bjorkstrand not there.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. Not there. Obviously expecting the kid. But I mean, the Kraken, it was a good one. They gave him a good win. Got to think, yeah, he's celebrating a couple things tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, lots to celebrate for him. Congrats to him. And yeah, we were a little worried because we weren't sure at the start of the game what it was all about, but John Forsland filled us in, and good thing it's good news.
Yeah, Afra, what are you doing? This is why I was so tongue-tied. She's just here. It's like, hi.
Yeah.
Duthan also with the super chat. Shout out for our special teams. Great time of the year for them to gel. Definitely. I mean, that's the big part of how the Kraken are playing here. I like the fact that you're getting to face teams like Arizona, like a Vancouver. They give you a little bit more time and space. Kraken can kind of get on the same page together, grow some chemistry, and then build some confidence for the games that you're going to have to be playing against, say, a Vegas or whatever team you're going to have to face off against in the playoffs in a couple weeks.
And finding some new wrinkles on the power play too, getting creative. I mean, we kind of given up on that after a little while. Look, they're not going to add a whole lot to the power play, but it seems like they're adding some different plays in here, which is great to see even this late in the year. And maybe you can throw some things at teams in the playoffs they haven't seen already.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, it's the power play is so good. Like I just don't even know what happened. It's like a completely different power play, RJ. All I could think is like the one practice like last week, like was it? That was the fix, but really it was after that because I talked about it in that Kings game. I thought the power play really struggled, but it really since that Kings game last Saturday, power play's been totally new look and they've been getting a goal a game. It's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Um, did you get the super chat from DJ Singletone?
No. Oh
Right
yeah.
above Schultz.
Oh, apologies, DJ Singleton. Always here for the Vancouver downfall. Yeah, I mean they lead the league in the blown 2+ goal leads. Another one tonight. I mean, I don't even know how they do it, RJ. Like they just don't
It's
got it.
uncanny with multiple coaches too. I thought this might be a thing of the past with Tocchet coming in, but no, this very much looked like one of their blown leads from earlier this season.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Sergeant Pickles with the super chat here. Got to call it an early night, everyone, but a win over a rival always helps me sleep well. Cheers, and we can now go streaking. That is definitely
Through the
right.
quad.
Yep. Take care, Sergeant Pickles. Thanks for the super chat. Hope you have a good night. Hope you sleep well. But yeah, I mean, there was just so much positive stuff in this one. Hi, I see you. I do. TBK, first win in Vancouver. Hell yeah. Also, magic number is now 2 if we own tiebreaker and 3 outright. Yeah, so Thursday becomes potential clinch night now for us.
Yep.
The
A win in
Nashville.
any fashion for
Yep.
the Kraken would clinch a playoff spot because
Yep.
the Kraken do own the tiebreaker.
Right. The Nashville win tonight meant that tomorrow it can't be the day. But yes, Thursday now becomes the day for us. And yeah, it's I mean, just more reasons to watch that next Arizona game.
Yeah.
As if last night didn't leave us with enough potential storylines going into it.
Yeah, and
But
I'd
yeah, that
rather
was a
have
lot.
it that way. I want it on a game day. I don't want to be on an off day
Yeah.
from a loss from some other team.
Oh, definitely, definitely. The super chat from Absurdly saying get Afra some treats here.
Oh
It
yes.
worked, Afra. Your plan worked. Here, let's get you in frame. There you go. Come on, you can get those. Come on, I know you can. Um, let's
There
see
she goes.
here. Yeah. Tammy, Afra heard super chat. Have some treats on me, dog scoy. There you go. Tammy's got you too, Afra. There you go.
You
Let's
all
see. Where
take
was I?
such good care of her. This is
I
great.
know you really do spoil my dog. Habak, 5 unanswered goals. The Canucks pooped their pants. This team is so fun, really is. I mean, this was exactly what they needed. These games against a team like in Arizona, and then a team like this Vancouver team, where you can go down and again build confidence for if you're playing from behind. RJ, like this is a big deal stuff for the Kraken.
For sure. I mean, it felt like that game against LA was almost like warming up with a weighted bat, just getting the muscles ready. And all of a sudden you play against an Arizona, you play against a Vancouver, but you keep that really solid game, defensively. And then all of a sudden you can break out a little bit more offensively. I think we're seeing that with the Kraken right now.
Definitely. Kraken Hawk, we're 2-0 last 2 games against the Canucks. It's time to build a winning record against them from now on. And you know what? Based on kind of the direction of both teams, I think that's in the cards. Like that's what's going to happen here.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see that. We got another super chat from DJ Singletone. Thank you there. I got it. Also, Bjorkstrand dad strength time. That's right. The Kraken have had some pretty good luck with the dad strength earlier this season with Martin Jones and Jordan Eberle. I think it might be Bjorkstrand's turn.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Empty net, Maddie, give me all those points. Maddie with the late empty net or cherry on top from Sergeant Pickles and Coop there. Yeah, I mean that what an incredible goal. Like there was a lot of goals in this one. The Tanev one, that what a snipe over the shoulder, shorthanded, all that kind of stuff, right? Like that was a really sick goal. But Maddie Beniers just turn and shoot from like 175 feet away. It's like that's
Impressive
incredible.
stuff.
It was so good. And we were talking about it too. Like, who do we want for the empty net? And like chat had lots of good options in that live game commentary, but Maddie was the one that we all kind of were starting to go with. And sure enough, it ended up being Maddie. That was really, really cool. Not gonna lie, they had me worried in the first, but Kraken prevailed, back-to-back wins, baby, and 22 from Maddie. Definitely, Lindsay. It was really, really good. Can anyone confirm, was that empty net goal a no look by Maddie from TBK? It's possible, given how fast he was spinning, that you're kind of sending it before you get your head up. I don't know.
Yeah, and down two especially, you feel better about icing the puck.
Yeah, I don't know. Tammy, was it just me or was the audio about half a second ahead of the video? Lol, I'd hear goal, then I'd see it. So that's actually a broadcasting trick that they do on purpose, is that they will have the audio sometimes kind of, they'll delay the video so that the what Forsland or really whoever the play-by-play is more in sync with the video, because obviously they have to wait to see what's happening, then process it, say what's happening, and then get it out to you. And if they did that live, it would be like a weird delay versus what you're seeing. So they actually do delay it on purpose, the broadcast, but it sounds like maybe they delayed it a little bit too much on this one. Becca with the super chat. Thank you very much. Dundertaker changed the momentum when we really needed it. Vince Dunn, I mean, just all season long, RJ. It's
Yeah,
Vince Dunn.
definitely. It's just clicked for him this year, and he's been on a roll this whole time. Good news is that it shows no sign of slowing down. I don't think we're seeing any kind of any kind of decline from him as we head into the playoffs, which is just great to see. And yeah, I mean, he's changed the momentum in so many different games this year, and yeah, did it again in this one.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the super chat there, Becca. Light with the super chat. Maddie is now rookie goal leader again. The no quit on this team is deadly and can stop anyone when they are mad. Yeah, so I mean, rookie point leader, rookie goal leader, Maddie Beniers. We were talking about in the live game commentary. Just give him the Calder now. And then, yeah, it's just, it is the no quit. And this is something that we've been talking about in these post game lives going back to, I believe, the second week of the season. Was just it felt like this team was going to be one of those teams where no matter what the goal deficit was, they were going to go out there and they were going to still think they had a chance to win. They can come back if they, you know what I mean? Like they just have that mentality, and you see it again tonight as they pick up 2 points and put themselves in a spot where they can clinch with their next game.
Right. And we even saw it at the end of last season, too. That team just had no quit in them. They finally have the talent to match that, though, where it actually matters. You know, you can do something about it and kind of score your way out of an early 2-0 hole. It's great to see it all come together.
Oh, definitely, definitely. From Schultz here, interesting game plan by the Kraken. Practice coming back from a 2-goal deficit and extensive in-game practice with extra Canucks attacker. It's funny, we were talking about this being like a practice game in a weird way. A lot during the live game commentary, different scenarios, just like those, dealing with the extra man and the empty net, excuse me. Stuff like, you know, trying to stick out on the PK, some defensemen that maybe need a little help learning how to clear the puck. Talked about that. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting setup for the Kraken here for the playoffs, getting to play some teams that aren't, you know, the best, RJ.
Yep. But it's one step up above actual practice. You know, it's well, the Coyotes anyway, but they'll play next. But yeah, it's nice to have.
Yep, James. Matty Line looked absolutely dominant that game. Hardly even remember the Vancouver in our zone much when they were on the ice. I said the same thing too, like 2 shifts in. I was like, wow, this Matty Line tonight is going to be something. I was really happy when Eberle was finally able to get a goal from it too later on.
Yeah, it felt like the Eberle goal was a long time coming, really, because they were dominant for so long in that game before it. But then they get the goal in a very workmanlike way too. Matty Beniers hard in on the forecheck. You've got that board battle. He and Jared McCann help fish it out of there, and then Eberle coming in from a bad angle, and then the skill starts to take over. But good to see them get rewarded after such a good game that they had. Oh, you muted? I can't hear you.
Yep. Playoff light at the end of the tunnel here. Definitely. I mean, we were so close there, Michael. I know. Oh, it's so close. Cameron, Mariners and Kraken taking huge W's tonight. They'll love to see it. I see what you did there, Cameron. I love it. Coop, just FYI, I missed the beginning and turned it on down 2-0 and saw 5 unanswered goals. So not saying I deserve all of the credit, but I'm also not saying that. All right. Everybody give Coop the credit for this one then. Came in at the right time.
Yeah.
Lindsay, did Daniel Sprong single-handedly fix our power play? The better he looks, the harder it is for me to make peace with him maybe not being on the team next year. It's true.
I mean, Sprong has looked really good on that power play unit, and this is 4 games in a row with a power play goal for the Kraken, and Daniel Sprong is factored in, I believe, every single one of those, at least 3 of them. I don't know, like points wise, because he didn't get it. The other one was unassisted, the Bjorkstrand one, but that was right off a Daniel Sprong shot a couple games ago. So he's been a big part of the power plays resurgence recently. And when he's confident like this too, and he's a threat to shoot from anywhere and to be dangerous, it draws people to him. And we saw him get the assists on goals last game. There's just lots of ways that he can hurt you. And yeah, I mean, it would be tough to lose him. I don't know who you put there to replace him if you had to.
I know it's definitely tough. James, also nice to see Matty score a goal in his first game back against them since the hit, and also the fact that there wasn't any revenge hits by the Kraken was good. We have work to do. Yeah, I mean, we started off the live game commentary basically asking the question of like, are we going to see this? Are we going to see somebody fight Tyler Myers? And the answer was no, we didn't, and really the Kraken didn't need to.
Yeah, exactly. As Axtell said before the game, nothing is forgotten, but we have priorities. And the priority was clearly just taking care of business, winning this game, and getting out of there with the 2 points. And I think that sends as big of a message as anything could.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Tammy, great seeing 13 finish a breakaway. Yep, with a goalie in, no less. Definitely. Jules, yeah, I was able to watch the end of the game as I got off the train safely back home in LA. Glad to hear it, Jules. Hope you enjoyed the trip. Um, Cameron, so if we win Thursday, do we clinch a playoff spot? Anyone know? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It's
Yes, a
awesome.
win of any kind will do it. And I think they can still clinch even if they lose. A Nashville loss in regulation would also get you that, and then
Mhm.
Calgary would have to lose one of these next two that they play tomorrow and the next day. Or
Yeah.
no, it's yeah,
Yeah.
Winnipeg. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, Jake. That shorthanded back check from Matty was so good. Future Selkie winner. I mean, you want to talk about that first, RJ?
Yes, I absolutely love that play. I mean, Matty Beniers, I think JT Miller had 6, 7 steps on him, but the hustle, the effort level from Matty Beniers, he didn't give up on it. He got the stick out there and really denied Miller any kind of real chance on that. I mean, his motor is just incredible. Matty Beniers, all 200 feet, the skating, the back checking. You always have to be looking over your shoulder too. If he is on the ice, you can never break away clean.
Oh no, you can't. And you talk about Selke, right? With the defense, Lady Bing, only the 2 PIMs all season. He's drawn a lot of penalties, including another one tonight because of that motor, and his skill and effort level and all that good stuff. And then on top of that, the Calder, like it's gonna be. He better have like a place in him and Borgen's pad for all the trophies he's going to be collecting here
Oh yeah.
in the future. Kyle, is this the first time we didn't play down to the Canucks, ignoring the first 18 minutes? Yeah,
Ooh,
I
you
guess
know
if
what?
you
I
throw
think
that out, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I've got to agree with that.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Let's see. Preemptively hit the like, everybody. Appreciate that, Sergeant Pickles. Gregory, lemon lime Gatorade time, baby. 5 unanswered goals, 1 more win, and we are in. Oh, because of the live game commentary, I don't have the Gatorade with me. I'm sorry, Gregory. I got Tums. So that counts. Oh, I'm
Might not
sorry.
want to chug those.
No, no, probably not. Although we did learn tonight, everybody, Tums, if you're dealing with muscle cramp, Tums help. We'd learned
Yep,
that.
that's why they got him on the bench.
Yep. That and for the coaches, I still think. Insane amount of 5+ goal games. I've lost count from Michael. That is going to be a big one. Like, there's a lots of ideas I have, RJ, for whenever the season's over to kind of go back through and look at the 2 seasons, last year and this year, and kind of just try to put it in either number form or with graphs or somehow show the insane amount of improvement. But that is going to be one of them. Like whatever number it is you want to pick. I mean, even like 7 goal games this year, it's got to be like crazy amount more than last year. But yeah, the 5 goal games, it has been too many to count and kind of keep track of.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to like quickly count it here. It's too much for me to do this right now.
Yeah, it is. Comeback win from Stratic, yet somehow against the Canucks, comebacks feel a little less special, though, very slightly. I was going to say, you know what? Maybe for other teams that would be the case. But for us, with them being the regional rival, given how long it took us to beat them in the first place, I don't think so. I think
Yeah,
it still counts fully.
I agree. And okay, I did count it up really quick. 22 5 goal games. Actually, that's not counting tonight. So 23 5 goal games for the Kraken. You know how many they had last season?
Uh,
That's easier to count.
like
6.
I was going to say 5.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, everybody, tinfoil hat time. Coincidence, number of 5+ goal games, number of Daniel Sprong assists on the year, 23.
Interesting.
Bring that up to Hackstall when they come back to town, RJ. I dare you. Triple dog dare you.
I'll wear my tinfoil hat during the presser.
Just pull one out of your backpack and hand it to him
Just put
before
it
you ask
on
him
and
the
then
question. How about the PK tonight? What a job, and a turbo shorty to boot from Nathan. Yeah, so PK obviously phenomenal. You see that 0 for 5 for the Canucks. That tells you part of the story, but part of it is also the Brandon Tanev goal. Part of it is also like, one of those was the 4-minute double minor on Wenberg. I mean, who would have thought coming into this game Wenberg was going to have 6 penalty minutes and high sticking calls? Probably not anybody. But that's the way the night went, unfortunately. But for the Kraken, I mean, even that 4-minute power play for the Canucks, I don't think they got a shot on goal. It was incredible.
It was in that stretch where they'd only allowed 1 in the 21 minutes. Great penalty killing. They couldn't get a whole lot going. I think maybe they had their 1 shot on goal during that stretch,
that time,
but still,
maybe.
Yeah. But still, great penalty killing.
Yeah, the PK is so fantastic, and again, we've talked about it on these post games. Everybody, this is the thing, like, national people need to start paying attention. Like, the special teams issue at the Kraken is not the penalty kill anymore. That was last calendar year. It's been good for a while now, and tonight was another great example of that. Let's see. Bach, I got scared when we were down 0-2, but I forgot we were facing the Canucks, who hate themselves. It's true. They hate those 2 goal leads more than anybody. Special teams heating up just at the right time from Jake there. Absolutely. The Borgatron beats Bear from Edward. Definitely. Oh, it was so good, RJ. It was so good. Such a dominant defensive game today as well from TBK. Yes, I mean, that goes back to the game against the Kings, kind of follows through with the game against the Yotes, and then again tonight, RJ. The Kraken feels like they've really figured out the neutral zone defense, and that they've figured out kind of how and what they want their forwards doing in the defensive zone. That to me is like the biggest difference with the Kraken so far since the calendar has turned over to April.
Yeah, definitely. I think, sorry. Hang on.
Yeah, go for it. No worries. I'll sing my song for Joshua here for the ECH dance party. Do Adam Larson, do best defenseman. There we go.
Adam Larson. No, that's great. It was been stuck in my head all day. I'm telling you, it's all
so
day.
good.
It's catchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I forgot what you had said before.
Kraken forwards in the defensive zone, and them kind of having like a really solid strategy and way of working with each other. I mean, it just looks so different since the month of April has started.
Yeah, it has. I mean, you look at the way that they kind of communicate with each other, where everyone is in the D zone. It feels different. I think it's really been obvious on that on the Wenberg, Geeky, Schwartz line too. When you have all 3 of those guys that are so good defensively, and we noticed that a few times during the game, where you always had guys in good position, and when you have those 3, especially on a line, it's like a shutdown line. Someone's always there to intercept a pass, to put pressure on the puck, to do everything you want the forwards doing to support their D.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been great. Casey Mariners and Kraken both win tonight. This is what I like for sure. Nathan talking about that Maddie coming back on the breakaway. That's some juicy Calder material right there. That's what I said. I said we need to all make like a YouTube highlight hype video to send off like a high school football player. You know what I mean? Let's see. Where's that gosh? My God, our PK was elite tonight. Definitely. Thursday will be clinch night for sure. That 4-minute PK was beautiful from Milo. It was. Afra knows that win brings treats. That is true, Jake. Absurdly saying, Dylan, do the math on Bjorky being traded to the Kraken and why he was gone from the game tonight. Yes, I know. I saw all this, everybody down here. I get it now. I get it. I wasn't thinking that. You absurdly saying, I was just live for like 3 hours. Come on. That's where my head's at. That's all right. But yes, good for them. I'm definitely happy for them.
Because wasn't he informed that he was traded when he was on vacation in South Africa
honeymoon.
with his on his honeymoon? Yeah, that's right.
So that's where it is. Apparently that was 9-ish months ago. Let's see here. Schultz thinking, yes, the super chat makes more sense now. Apologies there. The beginning. Blackhawks completed the season sweep over Calgary. Yeah, Calgary, I don't know what they were doing tonight, but you get beat by the Blackhawks. Apparently that's got to be like the only season sweep the Blackhawks are going to have all season.
It must be, right? I can't think of more than beat another team every game. Maybe one Eastern Conference team or something.
Yeah. Joey's watching the Avalanche game. Yeah, I mean, Avalanche somehow that game's going to overtime, RJ. 3-3 with the Sharks, which what we said wasn't going to happen has happened.
The Sharks this season will always find a way to lose in overtime and pick up that point, but still not win the game.
Yep.
It's uncanny. I don't know how they've managed that.
They absolutely love it. But yeah, I mean, that's a big deal because, obviously if Colorado wins that, they then tie the rest of those teams in the Central there, but they'll have a game in hand. I don't know about the specific tiebreakers yet, but obviously having that game in hand is a big deal, especially as it looks like the Kraken are going to have to end up into that Central Division bracket.
Yeah. So tiebreaker wise, it's kind of close. You've got Dallas with the regulation wins because that's the first tiebreaker. Dallas with 35 right now. And then next is Minnesota and Colorado tied with 32. So the fact that the Avs will not win in regulation could play a role in this. I got to look at the ROWs to see who has the tiebreaker in that situation. But yeah, it's still relevant though, the regulation wins and whatnot. So the Avs do have the ROW tiebreaker. With up 2 over the Wild, 37-39. So it's a number the Wild could potentially make up, but unlikely with so few games left, especially if Colorado finds a way to win in overtime versus a shootout tonight. Sorry, I get excited about these.
No, it's all good. No, I'm totally good with it. Edward, shorthanded power play, empty net. Was there any kind of goal the Kraken didn't score? I guess a penalty shot. Like that's about
penalty
it.
Shot was the one missing, I think.
Yes, from the Mario Lemieux hat trick. That was the one that was missing. Daniel, so empty net end of game goals don't count as shorthanded. No, they don't. And I don't know if it's specifically because it's technically like same
it's
amount
the same amount of
for
players. Yeah,
teams.
it's not a penalty situation. So
yeah. Let's see. All aboard the 100-point train. I know we're close, RJ. We're close. Got to go
close.
3-2.
Got 3-2
out. 3-2.
That is so doable. 3-2. They could do
those games against the Coyotes. Like we could do this.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Daniel, sucks that our clinch night is an ESPN Plus game. Oh, really? We just had like 2 of those. How backloaded were all of our nationally broadcast games?
Very is the answer. And also,
yes,
an unfortunate part of that too is that it starts 7:30. It's a 7:30 p.m. start time, which we love, of course.
Yes, and I'm sure everybody on the East Coast really loves. 4th time Kraken have come back from down 2 this season, only 2 last year. So it's nice 100% gains on that stat. Hopefully I did that math right. I'm trying to overcompensate now.
Yep.
Scott, the root stream is so annoying. The audio advance is not needed. Forsland is that good, and the cameraman seem like they've never shot a hockey game before, whipping left and right a lot. It's interesting because I watched a ton of the CHL games, RJ, getting the scouting stuff, and then also for the prospect chats on Patreon. And it is interesting the difference in like camera people. It's immense between the NHL and the CHL. Like if you think any NHL broadcast is bad, or go watch a CHL game, it's too zoomed in, so they have to always be moving. Like it's impossible to read jersey numbers because the camera is always doing this in the zone even. Oh my gosh.
It's one step really above Live Barn. It's
totally
2-0 for the Sharks in overtime here. And they do not score on it. Georgiev with the save.
Yeah, all right, of course. Striatic, excited for probable Kraken playoffs, but also just generally excited for playoffs, especially first round. There's going to be so much good hockey, as there is every year. I mean, playoff time is the most magical time of year. If you are a Kraken fan, forget the holiday season. It is playoff time.
Oh yeah, for sure. There is nothing like the NHL playoffs. And Dylan, I have been looking forward to our next episode of the Deep Dive podcast, where we kind of we'll go over for everybody who's maybe newer to playoff hockey. And even those, who kind of want to reminisce a little bit, think about what we're about to get into, the first round of the playoffs. There is nothing like it. And the game just changes. It's unmatched in all of sports.
I know. I've been looking forward to that deep dive too because you're so excited. I get to have it off. So you're just
Yep,
gonna talk the whole
exactly.
time. I just get that
You're like,
chill.
RJ, go ahead. Talk about your
Yeah, there we
next thing.
go. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one for sure. And
All
then
right.
also a reminder, the one we dropped, just what?
A couple days ago. Oh, Nathan McKinnon breakaway in overtime, and he scores. So the Avs win that one in overtime.
All right, there we go. Robert agreeing with you here. Is this just you, RJ? Nothing better in
Wait.
sports than NHL playoff hockey.
Yeah, probably.
Just
You found my
saying.
burner.
Initials here, RJ.
Um,
Coincidence?
yeah, totally.
Where were you at 9:52 p.m., RJ?
You have no idea.
Yep. Nope.
Remember when I muted the mic to cough a few times? I was actually just typing the comment.
Yep. Wonder if the Kraken listened to NHL radio today from Phil. Am I missing something there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let
what was
us
on
know.
the NHL radio today? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, down below here. Basically, everyone on there saying Kraken are the weakest team everyone wants to play. I mean,
Let them doubt them. Let them doubt.
I can't imagine that. Like, I get it. They're a wild card team. Like, they're a little worse. Like, whatever. I get that. But how could you not look at perennial like 5-5 in their last 10 Winnipeg or Calgary and be like, yeah, no, I actually want them. Like, because I would. Like, I would want those teams over the Kraken.
Whatever team limps into that last spot, that's who you want.
Yeah. Daniel, does killing a double minor count as killing 2 separate penalties? Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Yep.
Props to Pedersen for that first goal. That was beautiful from Gary. I know it was a good one. Let's see. Mariners outscored the Kraken tonight. That could be a fun game for everyone to kind of keep track of this season. As Mariners versus Kraken, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Kraken had the edge. No, what was the opening night score? Was it 3-0?
Yes, for the Mariners.
So the Kraken won 4-1. So they had the edge there. Interesting to keep track.
Yeah. Let's see from Al here. Greetings from Edmonton. Do you guys still want us in the first round? Just asking. Well, I was just going to say our last episode of the deep dive, we rank all the teams, all 6 potential playoff opponents for the Kraken and who we want. And no, Edmonton is not ranked number 1 as the most desired opponent for us.
In fact, quite the opposite for you there, Dylan.
Yes, I actually had them all the way at the bottom. They're the least that I want. Lindsay, the Kraken are saving their fighting mitts for the Arizona game on Thursday that I will be attending. Woohoo! I'm not convinced we're going to see much in that. I don't know. I think there's the potential.
I think it's certainly the Kraken aren't going to instigate anything. I don't think they're looking for any kind of retribution. Much like in this game, they're just looking to take care of business on the scoreboard. But if the Coyotes get frustrated again and try and start stuff, Kraken certainly aren't going to take that lying down. I think they showed that last game.
Oh, definitely. Phil asking, how come Hackstall doesn't get any love for the Jack Adams Trophy? He won't win it, but he deserves some love for the season the Kraken has had. I mean, you've been saying the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think he does. And yeah, he should be talked about more for it. I think it's an unfortunate year for him where there are a lot of coaches in newer locations that are also doing very well, that have had good turnarounds. I mean, look, Montgomery's going to run away with it. And he probably should, given the season that Boston is having. So I think that's kind of overshadowed everything too. I feel like there hasn't been a whole lot of Jack Adams talk just because of that, because I think there's kind of a clear winner there this year. But yeah, Hackstall absolutely does deserve more conversation on that. I think when the Kraken finally clinch a playoff berth, maybe that's when it'll start and people will have to say, okay, yeah, they are making the playoffs. This was a really great turnaround.
Yeah, definitely. And then your burner account here. Ron Francis had a tremendous offseason as GM. I got to think Francis could have a chance at the GM of the Year award just because of the massive leap from last year to this year.
Yeah, I think it's certainly possible. Yeah, that does sound like my burner. But yes, no, Ron Francis definitely does deserve a lot of credit for the moves he made in the offseason, almost every single one working and still being able to do it without, kind of blowing through any giant contracts given out. He didn't go out and sign a Philip Forsberg or a Johnny Gaudreau, to do this stuff. It's been just the right ads in the right places. So I think he will be talked about for that award.
Yeah. TBK, Sprong is great, but sometimes makes silly little goofs, turning the puck over on 1-on-3 instead of chipping the puck deep some games ago, or today when he left that puck all alone and no one picked it up. Okay, we talked about this, that drop pass on that last power play. I don't think that that's on Sprong. I think that's on everybody else not making a single move towards the puck until it was almost too late.
Exactly. That is on everybody. That a play like that is never on one player, because if you take the screenshot, I grabbed the screenshot of it. You have it. Nobody is looking at the puck. Everyone's just looking in some other direction. Think, oh, you got it. You got it. You got it. Thankfully, it didn't turn into anything too bad, but I just think it was funny at this point.
It was funny. It was just kind of one of those like, all right, guys, we know the game is like almost over, but boy, 11 downstream. I know Francisco Aquilini, right? That's how it's pronounced,
Yep.
right? Yeah, is cheap, but it sure looked like the ice wasn't zambonied for the start of the third. We talked about that for the second. The ice looked really bad.
It did. And for a number of reasons too, both teams felt like had trouble kind of threading the needle on certain passes, especially on the power play. You noticed it where the puck was bouncing around a lot on the teams. Yeah, you'd expect the ice to be better in Vancouver. I don't know what the issue was. Usually, I think seem to recall it's pretty good.
Yeah, and the lively end boards, that would be the other
Oh,
thing. Obviously,
very.
that doesn't, you if they want that, that's fine. But
Yeah, both
that
teams play
was
with them. That's whatever. But
yeah,
man,
it was a lot there. So excited to see playoff Yanni from Jake. Me too. Oh my gosh, RJ, we get playoff Yanni again. Remember how fun that was for those Tampa teams? Now we get that.
I know. Just watching those games from Tampa too, thinking, all right, Kraken get to take one of these guys, and to think that it was possibly Yanni Gord, and that's who it ended up being. We get to see him turn that on, and playoff Brandon Tanev too. The Kraken have a lot of playoff performers that we just didn't get to see really do their thing last season because the Kraken just didn't get that far. But we're about to find out what they can do.
Yep, definitely. Robert, I thought this was supposed to be the Vancouver Canucks year. Yep, and next year it was supposed to be their year, and the year after that, and the year after that. That's the way it goes. Let's see. 11 downstream. I listen to a lot of Canadian sports radio. Tomorrow, all they will say is how bad the Kraken are. Certainly sounds like Vancouver area radio, that's for sure. Lindsay, Sharks just hate Bedard. I'll be happy to keep him out of the Pacific, but Anaheim is still in play for him. I mean, technically the Sharks are still in play for him too, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, they'll have a lottery spot, but man, they had the top odds just about a week ago, and they've already gone down to the fourth or fifth spot just by winning some meaningless games. The Sharks cannot do anything right.
No, they just can't. But great to see the Mariners and Kraken still coordinating their wins and losses. Maximum happiness and sadness is really evil. Definitely helps when they can even that out. Calgary also went 4-0 without Chris Tanev and lost to Chicago's first game back. Go. Fun one there from Daniel. When Burakovsky is ready to go, does Hack ease him in via the fourth line? That's an interesting question. I guess it would depend on if it's the regular season or playoff time, probably.
Right. Regular season wise, I could see him maybe ease in on the fourth line just as to not get so many minutes, or even maybe put him on that second line spot, probably where they want him to go, but have somebody else take his shifts every now and again just to keep the ice time low. But yeah, if it's playoff time, maybe you'll see one game of easing in. But if he's back and playing in playoff games, he's going to be going for it.
Oh, definitely. James, I'm just thinking back about all our shootout games this year. We are 0-4 in them, and I honestly don't think we've scored once in them. Would love an extra point or two right now. Yeah, I mean, obviously that would mean like, potentially clinching tonight, something like that. I'm trying to think. I think the Kraken have one shootout goal this year, maybe two.
Right. It's no more than two. I know in the last few shootouts, they don't have any. You've got to go back toward the start of the year. But yeah,
I have the answer.
Okay. How many is it?
One.
Okay. It's one.
Yeah.
There you go. But you know what? Like, thankfully, looking at where they'd be just 2 points better. Yes, it does mean clinching tonight, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to change their standings position. They're kind of locked in pretty much this first wild card spot.
Yeah.
So by the end of the season, I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot.
No, probably not. And that one made attempt was Jordan Eberle, 1 for 4 on the season.
That's why they keep having him shoot.
Yeah, that's why is literally the only one who can score. Nathan, why does ESPN pick us against the Coyotes and Ducks? It's a very good question. Also from Nathan, man, and the Mariners are off Thursday, so no root conflict. Bummer. Oh, it's a bummer all the way around. Let's see. Nashville game will be ending when the Kraken game starts on Thursday. Cool. So we'll kind of know. That's a good thing to bring up there, Gary. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Lindsay,
it's possible the Kraken could have clinched basically at that point once that
yeah,
Nashville game ends.
definitely. Smartest move I ever made was somehow winding up with tickets to all these ESPN national broadcast games so I don't have to miss out on John, JT, and the Root crew. Yeah, if you could pull that off, good on you. Definitely smart move there, Lindsay. TBK, as an ESPN viewer on the East Coast, I weirdly do love it because I work overnights in my job. Gives me something to watch at work. Sorry for the West Coast viewers, though. Yeah, it's rough, and the post-game lives get rough, too. that's the one thing. I am not a night owl, so this is rough on me. Scott, if anyone from the community hitting up Vegas game on the 11th, let me know. Let's hook up for some beers and go Kraken street chants. Oh, that would be fun on that section there, RJ. That with like the outside bars there, try to get some Let's Go Kraken going. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and I'll be there for that game on the 11th too. So it'll be cool to see the Kraken fans visiting for that one.
Yeah, Daniel. National people don't watch the Kraken games; just look at stats. Yeah, probably. Probably. Daniel also putting Jack Adams trophy is a death sentence. Daryl Sutter won it last year. Interesting. I would have to go back and see if that really is kind of the case.
Right. I'm looking this up real quick.
There we go. Oh man. Yeah, do you have it?
Broad Brindamore the year before, so he's fine. Bruce Cassidy the year before that, though.
I was gonna say you could argue that Brindamore, the teams have underperformed in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, Bruce Cassidy the year before, so he's no longer working for Boston. Barry Trotz the year before that, so he's not in the same spot anymore. Although that's more his choosing than anything. Yeah. Gerard Gallant the year before that. So with Vegas's run, so it's Tortorella the year before that.
Maybe
there is something to this.
Yeah, we'll see if Daryl Sutter's out of Calgary at the end of next season because it sounds like there's about a year delay.
I guess so. Yeah.
Kraken are 3-1 versus the Mariners this season. Also from Daniel. Nathan, hopefully Mariners and Kraken both score like 5-7 from here on out. Yeah, they'll probably get it done in both sports. Both nights anyway. Tammy, nice to hear Berkey was skating again. Definitely. And he looked pretty good too.
He did.
Definitely like seeing that. Just shot down on me. Man, the Oilers are gonna mess around and win the division. Nathan, it's possible.
Still possible, yeah. They're playing the Kings right now. That's a big game for the division stuff.
Has there been sufficient stream liking tonight from Striatic? It's a good question. I technically can't see it, but yeah, I think.
All right, let me check. Also, the Oilers have beaten the Kings. I didn't realize that game was already over.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, we got 54 likes in here from what I can see.
All right, 105 still active in here watching right now.
There could be a little
room. Yeah, there's a little room. Lindsay Studs, Turbo Matty, and Yanni Duds. When he's 6 pims for not controlling his stick. Geeky's turnovers, though he did draw a few key penalties. And Froden the friendly ghost. I hate it because that's accurate and good.
It is. I did not notice him at all.
I noticed him one time, and it was just because I was like, okay, there he is, and this is the line he's on. That was like the first shift of the game for him, and never again. How much ice time do you think he had, RJ? Care to guess?
8 minutes.
Well, first off, do you think it was the least amount of anybody on the team?
No. Well, no. I think there's gonna be like one, like Donato or someone lower than him. I don't know.
All right, those are the only 2 players to not get to double digits, but Donato still like almost doubled up on him. Froden had 456.
Okay, that explains it. Less than 5 minutes of ice time.
I think he played that one shift at the beginning, and that was about it. He said peace, went back to the locker room.
He played for less time than Wenberg gave the Canucks power play time.
That's true.
With high sticking.
Oh man, that's wild. Sorry, Froden. You don't deserve it, but like it's just funny. Stratic, I just want to see playoff Andre Burakovsky. Yeah, after the performance he had with the Avalanche last year, 8 points in 12 games. It was incredible.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what he
Uh,
can do.
Yep. Good night, Pablo, Donnie, Dylan, RJ, and Chad just got caught up with the win. I'm so happy for our boys for putting the foot on the gas and shooting like savages. Sign Ellie to a 3-year deal right now. Ellie's two-way game and his shot is awesome. Get the deal done, Ronnie. I know. I can't wait. Whenever the season's
Can't
over,
even
I
do it
feel.
yet because his contract just goes till next year too.
I know. There's so many like contract ideas and thoughts I have, RJ. We just got to get to like the off season so we can like use that as the content. Oh, I'm so
Right, right.
excited. Um, Rooting for the Predators to win so we can have a dramatic clinching moment from a Bach. Oh, interesting. Not gonna
Hey,
make
you know what?
many
I
friends in
I
here.
agree with that.
I
I
agree
don't
with
I
it
don't want the
too.
Kraken to have clinched before the game. I just want it to be a win. You clinch. Leave it to them to do it themselves.
Yeah, it does make it more special, and it also helps because you're just playing the Coyotes.
Yeah,
If they were playing
that'll
Vegas,
help.
RJ, I don't
Or
know
you're
that
like,
I'd be
yeah,
agreeing.
maybe get the loss in here. But yeah, I mean, a Calgary win tomorrow would also do that, so where they can't totally clinch. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. This is why I don't even bother. I just go, what happens,
Oh no,
happens,
they
and I
they
enjoy
still.
it.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
No, I think they
Anyway,
can. They?
let me look at the Calgary schedule. So,
I mean, Calgary plays Winnipeg
um,
tomorrow.
yeah. So
See,
if they beat Winnipeg tomorrow, then the Kraken would need to win to clinch because they need to be go over Nashville, but also Calgary because
yeah.
Calgary can still get to 95 points. Kraken have 94. So yeah, unless Calgary loses because they could still get to 95. If the Kraken lose, they're at 94.
Yeah. Let's see here. TBK actually made a fun little vid for the eventual clinch with all these media people's freezing cold takes on the Kraken this year. Gives me a good giggle
Oh,
every time I view it. Can't wait to clinch. Ooh, I hope that will be made public for everyone. TBK, maybe. I would love to see that, unless we're part of that because we did not.
oh man,
Both of
we
us didn't
totally
have
could
them
be.
making the playoffs. But also, we've been on board with defending them basically since game one. So just remember that. Be kind.
We've been ahead of the curve, I think, as far
I
as
I agree with
yeah.
that. Yeah, I think so. Donnie, super studs from and Lindsay. I was so pumped for Yanni and Turbo for scoring those incredible goals. Happy for Maddie to get an empty netter. Definitely love Maddie getting in there.
Yeah.
Froden still managed to get a point from straight. Did he?
When was that on the Gord goal? I think it was on the Gord goal. He
Yes, it
dropped it
was.
to
Yeah.
Yanni. Yeah.
Yeah, that was that. That was that. It says that's true. That's what happened was he got that because I was late in the first and then he just walked off. I did my
Mic
job.
drop.
It's up to you guys to finish this thing. How baller. Uh I think Tolvanen has 2 more seasons under contract from Jake. No, it's just next year, right?
Yeah, just next year.
Yeah.
So it's this season and next
But
season.
then he's an RFA, I believe. So he
Yeah,
still has
then they
team
still got the
control.
team control on him.
Yeah.
So they're set.
Yeah, TBK, yeah, it would be 1 point needed if Calgary wins. Cool. Donnie Eberle for captain over Yanni. I believe this will absolutely happen. Who has been calling it all year long? Dylan, RJ, or someone in chat?
It's been me. It's been me. I've been on the Everly for captain train. I will lead that. I don't think anybody else in chat has really been on board with that. But I'd still call it. If they're gonna name one that's not Matty Beniers, it should be him.
Well, I was just gonna say I'm on Maddie. Scott's with me here. It looks like I just really feel that.
Yeah, Matty
Um,
Beniers will be captain of the Kraken one day. It's just
yeah.
yeah. If it's
Well,
anybody else, it should be Everly.
yeah. Daniel, national people just think we're new with no playoff experience and don't realize we have some stone cold playoff killers. That is true. I mean, we got some big time guys. We talked about them already. Burakovsky, Yanni, Brandon Tanev. I mean, these are all guys who have done that, who have put the death nail, that final nail in the coffin against other teams before in the past. We have watched it happen. Kraken are right there with them. It's just a matter of can they get the newer guys to the playoff scene to also get it done. How does the Matty Beniers look? How does the goaltending hold up? All that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's the point is this Kraken team is not going to go down without a fight. And that's really all that we care about, I feel like. Because we've liked that about them all year long. Even in the games that they've lost, we've talked about their effort level. That's been their identity. And I see no reason why that wouldn't continue off into the playoffs.
Right. The one thing we could be sure of is they're not going away quietly.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Scott agreeing, listening to Wit and Biz say the same and shake my head. Bach, who do you guys think will be at the core players of the Kraken in 2 to 3 years? So we talked about this a little bit in the Release the Fans with Gary, which is the January edition of Release the Fans. But like, Matty Beniers, obviously, Shane Wright for sure, Vince Dunn, those would be the ones. Philip Grubauer, because that contract goes forever.
Yeah, they'll be there. Did you mention Jared McCann already?
No, and yes, Jared McCann. That's the other one. Yeah. Those are definitely going to be the core pieces that the Kraken will be building around. And Burakovsky's going to be under contract. Like, other guys will still be there and around under contract. But I think as far as like the guys you're really, really building around, it'll be that other group. Donnie's so happy that Ellie has 2 more years under contract. What a steal. Thanks for the knowledge. Yeah, well, 1 more and then team control. But yeah. Becca, that's why Yanni's our captain, always onboarding new players. There you go.
He is good with that. He is really good with that.
Yeah. TBK will be on another channel. I'll share when released if you all would like, and you're safe and not part of it. Yes, there we go. But I can always add a freezing take if you'd like. Just send me your best. Well, yeah, no. No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Yanni for C first, and then Maddie B will be one day becomes Maddie C. Yes.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
All right, that's the headline I'm using when it happens.
Definitely. It's Maddie for C, the heart of the group chat. Lol from Ty. That's right. Only one in there. I just love the idea. Like, if I'm him, I'd just keep doing that, and then I'd start texting like earlier and earlier, like 4:30 in the morning. Like, set up a bot to text out, spam everybody in the morning, just to do it. Just be like,
good morning, everyone. How you doing?
Yep, I'm out here working hard. Getting the pump on early, all that stuff. As he's really sleeping in bed. Love it. That's what I would do.
I feel like Borgen would call him out on that. Be like, look, I see you. We're roommates. I see you sleeping.
Well, but then Borgen would have to do it on the group chat. And is he really going to be the next guy to jump on board on the group chat? Do you want to be that guy? You know what I mean? It's kind of the perfect setup. It's kind of the perfect setup. McCann, Beniers, Eberle is my favorite line by far, and it's not even close. I miss them whenever they leave the ice. That's from Lindsay. We need a good nickname for that line. Is there one? And I'm forgetting it. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Just
that'd be a good thing. That'd be a good thing for me to ask him when they get back.
Yes, definitely. That would just add it to the list. I feel like we've gotten a lot of good things tonight.
Because I know also Beniers and Eberle sit right next to each other in the room, so it'd be easy to get their takes for a name kind of together. That's when it works best. You want them together. You don't want to ask them separately. And then maybe we'll try. McCann's over on the other side of the room, but maybe we could drag him over there and try and brainstorm.
Definitely. Let's see here. Daniel, when the Mariners clinched last year, the Orioles won earlier that day, so the M's had to beat the A's. This led to one of the most memorable Seattle sports moments. Very true, Daniel. Very, very true. And that's kind of, we were all thinking, I think.
Yeah. Who will be the Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Kraken?
I mean, the narrative is certainly trying to set it up that it's going to be Daniel Sprong, but that's why when it's Froden, it's going to be even more epic.
Froden. Well, yeah, they could
353
where they need
ice
2
time.
points. Froden in the shootout. 353 of ice time, but he gets the shootout winner. I'm still on this train. Froden for shootout.
Let's go. Oh my gosh, that'd be incredible. That would be so good. Let's see. Oh man, everybody's spamming with the line things here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tolvi Gordberkey, also an excellent line, but McCann and Maddie are my 2 favorite players right now from Lindsay there. Joey's the Thunderbirds are winning their series in the WHL. Yeah, and they'll probably win the next one pretty handily too. That T-Birds team is stacked. Bach Froden hat trick. Yes, in his 3 minutes. Goal a minute. Help out that goals per 60. Catch up to McCann.
Yep, there you go.
All right, so let's see here. Let me go through these. MBE line. Big Vic energy from Lindsay. Maybe, probably not.
Workshop that one a little bit.
Probably not. Milo, the Father, Ebbs, the Son, Maddie, and the Holy Spirit in Canner. Yes, I love
the Trinity line.
I love it. Somebody's
There
got
you
to send
go.
that to Medeiros too.
Yes.
I feel like that gets some approval there. Any line that has Tanev on is my favorite. It's a good pick there, Phil. Off the top of my head, the McClutch line from Donnie. That's not bad. It's not bad. When do the Clatch and clinch a spot? Potentially Thursday, Carter, depending on how both the Kraken's game goes and Nashville. But Thursday would be the day. Let's see. Striatic, who has the biggest dumper on the Kraken? Why are you asking this question, Striatic?
Well, I asked who's the Cal Raleigh of the Kraken, so
Oh,
there
that's
it
true.
is. That's what it
Well,
is.
then
So,
you know what? Vince Dunn, I think.
oh, you think so?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you not think? Do you not agree? All right. Are you not going to say that's? You're just going to stay out of this? All right.
I don't have an obvious name. I just wouldn't think Vince Dunn.
He's the biggest thighs. That's why I'm assuming it continues upwards
okay.
from there. I
Fair
don't know. TVK, may I ask a strange question? Does anyone else think McCann looks like Matt Smith, the actor?
I see it a little bit. I do see it a little bit. Yeah.
That too. I could see that a little bit. Yeah. Let me think of it. He's got like the same facial shape and then the longer hair, especially when
I feel
Smith
like
has
that
longer
thought
hair.
has occurred in my brain at some point before, but then I've just let go of it.
Yeah. Let's see. Carter, I mean, as a Spokane Chiefs fan, but I would not be surprised if the T-Birds make a run for the cup. Oh yeah, I mean, they're trying
Everyone's
to.
prepared for it.
They
Yeah.
geared up for it. Let's see. Daniel Sprong is a big dumper in my opinion. Lindsay.
Sprong would not be a bad answer.
Lars isn't a big answer either. Stray Attic, I figured Lars or Jamie just proportionally. TVK,
we're at this
Bowie.
point of the post
Bowie
game
is the answer. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Bowie. Yep.
All right. Discussion closed.
That's true.
There we go.
Yep.
Easy. Agreed. Definitely. Yes, we got that. We got to that point of the post game live. RJ, we did it. Let's see. Got any last questions? Everybody, we'll throw those in here. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, we're close up on the hour here. Just a phenomenal game from the Kraken. Another 2 points. Another 5 goals from 5 different players, showcasing the depth in this one. RJ, special teams improving. Like, this is just one of those. I just feel like, April was supposed to be a down month, but it's just not. Like, the team is just playing fantastic right now.
Yeah, they're playing great hockey and kind of building up too, as far as one game to the next. And I think this is the exact time of year you have to do that. And I just love it too, where the win tonight sets up, just puts it on a tee to go out and clinch on Thursday at home in front of the home crowd and the fans. And especially with a team that's, kind of struggled at home this year, as opposed to how they've done on the road. I think this would go a long way in just showing they can get stuff done at home, and to clinch on home ice would just be a huge moment. One that I think we would never forget, anyone following the Kraken.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. Cannot wait for Thursday. Let's see here in the last second if anybody sent anything in here. Kraken should get Tyler Johnson from Chicago, not only because he's a former Chief, but also played with Yanni in Tampa. I'd have to see how he's been playing this year. I haven't paid too much attention, but back in the day, I was a big Tyler Johnson fan.
Yeah, he had some great stuff going in Tampa when he was there.
Yeah. Phil, is it a foregone conclusion that Gru starts the playoffs? Yeah, I think so.
If he's healthy, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
It's that simple.
Milo, they took March off to make sure we have a good April and May. I like it. I'm on board with that. I'm totally on board with that. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for this one. Big shout out to Queen Anne Beer Hall as well for sponsoring. We will see you all next time.